Hi, my name is Mike Smith, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ruben Fleischer's new film, 30 Minutes or Less. So I was looking forward to this movie for a long time because Ruben Fleischer directed Zombieland, and Zombieland was awesome. That was his first movie, and I was totally taken aback. I thought he did a great job of directing it, in addition to it being just, there's so many good stuff in that movie. Zombieland was awesome. So 30 Minutes or Less I was really looking forward to. I thought, okay, cool, he's doing another comedy with Jesse Eisenberg. I like that. So, Ruben Fleischer, I think he did a good job directing stuff. The movie was good. I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't as good as Zombieland. I mean, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but it was still, it was an entertaining movie. It was a fun time at the movies, one would say. Basically, the movie follows a pizza delivery guy played by Jesse Eisenberg who isn't like he doesn't really like his life. He feels like he has a meaningless existence, as his. I guess it's par for the course for Jesse Eisenberg, whatever. But he's fine in it. He's a good lead. He's good comedically. Jesse Eisenberg's a very good actor. Um, Basically, he delivers a pizza one day, and these two guys, played by Danny McBride and Nick Swardson, who are also very funny. Everybody's very funny in this movie. They strap a bomb to his chest and make him rob a bank. And basically, the whole movie is just following, him and his friend Aziz Ansari, who is awesome in this movie. I think he was my favorite. He's the highlight. I mean, I'll talk about the characters in a minute. So him and Aziz Ansari, preparing to rob the bank, then robbing the bank, and just going from there. And it's very funny. It's a good summer comedy. It's a good comedy. It's not as good as Zombieland. Zombieland was, dare I say, a masterpiece. I mean, Zombieland's pretty awesome, and I think Ruben Fleischer is a good director. He directed Zombieland great. He directed this one really well. And I'm really looking forward to his next movie, Gangster Squad, which is going to be a huge change for him. He's doing like a period piece mobster movie with, and the cast for that. It's got like Sean Penn, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, Anthony Mackie, Michael Pena, who's in this movie too, and he's good in that. Okay, enough about the movie that hasn't come out yet. Let's talk about 30 Minutes or Less, because that's what you're here for, right? I'll start with all the actors. Jesse Eisenberg, he's good. He does a good job. He's Jesse Eisenberg. He does his thing. That's really all you need to know. He's fine. He's funny. He's good. I guess he's more of the straight man. Things are happening to him, and he's just kind of reacting to it. Aziz Ansari is the best part of this movie, I think, in my personal opinion. I mean, I've been a fan of Aziz Ansari for a while. I like his stand-up. I like his bit roles in movies that he has. This is the first time I've seen Aziz Ansari in like a bigger role in a movie other than like he was in like Funny People for 2 seconds, and he was in Get Him to the Greek for a couple of minutes. He was in The Rocker for a minute or two. But I've been a big fan of his stand-up, and I love him on Parks and Recreation. He's great on that show. So, I think he's the highlight of this movie. Some people might disagree, but I think he was hilarious. He's basically just playing himself as Aziz Ansari, but he's playing it well. I mean, he's funny. I love Aziz Ansari. And then the two robbers, Danny McBride and Nick Swardson, they're both good. I mean, I like Danny McBride too. I've seen a few of his movies. I haven't watched Eastbound and Down yet, which I've heard is awesome. Okay, don't kill me, YouTube. I haven't watched Eastbound and Down. I plan to. I do plan to. Nick Swardson. I didn't think I was too familiar with him, but I remember I saw him. He was in Blades of Glory, which I saw. He was pretty decent in that. I mean, that was a pretty decent movie, I guess. Recently he's becoming more and more famous. I think I checked out his show Pretend Time with Nick Swardson. I wasn't a big fan of that. I've heard his stand-up is very good, but I haven't gotten around to watching it. So this is my first real experience with Nick Swardson, I guess. And he was good. I mean, I thought he was very good in the movie. And then there's Michael Pena, who is very funny. He's not in the movie that often. He's more towards the end, but he's really funny. He's totally playing against type, and it's just really funny to watch him. Because he's just so totally different than how he usually is, and that was cool. I mean, I remember I think he was in Observe and Report with Seth Rogen, and he was funny in that, but he's really funny here. So yeah, that was the cast. The direction, really well directed. Ruben Fleischer does good things visually. It feels cool. It sort of feels the same way Zombieland felt, but without zombies. I guess my real problem with it is when the movie's funny. When the movie's funny, it's really funny. The bank heist scene in particular is really good. That was probably the highlight of the movie, I guess, for me. And then, but like I don't know, as certain scenes drag on for a little bit. I mean, the movie's only like 83 minutes long, so it's a short movie. So I don't know, when scenes are dragging on like in a short movie, that's kind of like I don't, it just doesn't seem right to me. But yeah, I think definitely the scenes with Aziz Ansari were the ones that were worth watching. If you see this movie for one reason, see it for Aziz Ansari because he was very good. Also Michael Pena because he's also very good. Um, yeah, it's 30 minutes or less. I feel like I'm not done. I feel like there's more to talk about this movie. I have no idea where I'm going with this. 30 minutes or less. I'm totally drawing a blank. I have no idea what I'm supposed to say. All right, let's talk about the chemistry between the actors. Sure. I thought all the relationships in the movie worked pretty well. You don't really have to have. I mean, you have to have chemistry because it's comedy. You need they need to feel comfortable around each other. And Jesse Eisenberg and Aziz Ansari, they're both really good together. Dan McBride and Nick Swardson are both very good together. So that's basically that's it for chemistry, I guess. The writing in this movie, it's good. I mean, I definitely felt like a lot of scenes were improv. You could feel the improvisation. With that, which is the case with a lot of comedies these days. You know, you just kind of go with the flow, as it were. I'm doing that right now. I bet you can tell because I'm just kind of rambling, going off the rails, man. Doing what I gotta do to get ahead in the game, the YouTube game. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that was a dark turn. I wasn't. I'm tired. Please, it's like 12:30 at night. Yeah, I mean you can definitely feel it was improvised, especially by Daniel McBride and Nick Swardson. They did good. I thought they were all very funny. I thought it was a very funny movie, but it doesn't go beyond. It doesn't go beyond like Zombieland did. I mean, Zombieland was great. I love Zombieland, and maybe it was just because of my high expectations because Zombieland was so good. But it was still a very good comedy. Um, Definitely not my favorite comedy of the year by any means. I mean, Crazy Stupid Love might have that actually right now, but also Bridesmaids and Horrible Bosses. Those are both really good. But I did enjoy it, and I would recommend seeing it. I thought it was a very funny movie. I recommend it. I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 5. Maybe 3.5 out of 5. Get it a little higher. So that's my review of 30 minutes or less. I hope you take it into consideration if you plan on seeing the movie. Comment, share your thoughts on 30 minutes or less. Subscribe so you can continue to hear my thoughts on various movies that may or may not be 30 minutes or less. And, stay tuned because I will be. My next video will probably be, hopefully, it'll be a review of Attack the Block. If I can get down to the city in order to see it because I really want to. So badly. So badly. So I'll do Attack the Block, hopefully. I'll probably do What I've Been Watching again. Another segment. Another segment of What I've Been Watching. And, I don't know. I mean, there's a few movies out that I might see. I might see Fright Night. I might see Final Destination 5. I don't. Just like a matinee or something. I might see The Help. Maybe. Check that out. And, yeah. That's basically it for today. So that's 30 minutes or less. I'm Mike Smith. Have a good night.